Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old. I'm David Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be unboxing Bloodborne the Board Game. Now, as some of you may know, this is based off of I think it's just on PlayStation, I want to say PlayStation 4, I believe, game of the same name. And this is, the video game is made by the same people who make the Dark Souls games, which, if you're not familiar with those, are known for being really, really hard. Like fair, but really a challenge. I have played the Bloodborne board game, although I didn't get super far into it. I did enjoy it, but I think when I got it and tried to play it, I wasn't quite in the right mood for something so challenging, and so I was kind of like not super stoked to go back to it. And I honestly don't know if I will go back to that game, not because it's not good, but because there's Elden Ring out there now, and again by the same people. And while it is also extremely hard, it's also an open world. It's not as linear as Bloodborne and the Dark Souls games. So if you go to a place that you're just not able to handle yet, you can go off, train up your abilities a bit, and maybe you'll have a better chance when you come back, although it'll still be hard for sure. But they've made board games off of Dark Souls. I think there's a board game and a card game, and there's this one. And to be honest, for whatever reason, I never heard a lot about any of them, except for that I heard that one of them, at least, wasn't super good. And I just never looked into it to figure out which one that was, so I never took the chance to buy it. And I was at a game store, and they had this, and they had Dark Souls, and they both looked really neat. I mean, just as far as visuals go. And I wanted to get one. So I was like, okay, I've got to figure out which one is the good one, because I'm happy with either one thematically. So I looked it up. I looked up Dark Souls, the board game, first on BGG. And while I don't remember what the overall score was, I do know that it wasn't real great. Whereas the Bloodborne one was real great. And to be honest, I should have known, because if I would have looked a little closer, I would have seen that Eric Lang had a part in making this game, and Eric Lang is just generally fantastic. Also, Michael Shinall. I'm not sure if I played anything from him or not. It's possible, but I don't immediately recognize the name, but he might be a superstar too. All right, so I just had to go get one of my kids a snack, and I totally forgot where I was going. I just had to get one of my kids a snack, and I totally forgot what I was saying. And then I came and started doing the unboxing and realized that I was not actually recording. So as you will see, the the wrap is already off because I just started to cut it off. But that's okay. We're just going to go and remove that. I haven't opened the box yet. I will go back into what it says on the back. It's been one of those nights, folks. It's just kind of how it is. All right. It says, "Welcome home, good hunter. The blood moon rises into the night sky, pushing the city of Yharnam into madness and chaos. Hunters are tasked with cleansing the infected victims of the beast plague on this night of the hunt. Should they tarry or fail their task, Yharnam will succumb to insanity and death. The moon is close. It will be a long hunt." It says, Bloodborne the Board Game is a dark and challenging cooperative game where 1 to 4 hunters must explore the city of Yharnam, playing through 4 unique campaigns and fighting their way through beasts and monsters to survive the night. During the course of a campaign, hunters will uncover a unique story as they grow in skill and power, overcoming the multitude of foes that stand in their way. This game is based on the award-winning Bloodborne video game by Sony Interactive Entertainment and features fast-paced, decision-driven combat and horrific monsters brought to life with amazing miniatures. All right, well, all that sounds great to me. So let's flip this over and open this thing up. If you are a big fan of the Bloodborne board game, I would love to hear about that, and maybe you can talk me into going back and trying it again. I'm not against the idea. It's just that I'm still, probably not even that far in Elden Ring, despite having put a lot of time into it already. So a little more into that one, although it's been a bit since I played, to be honest. But whatever. All right. So here's our rule book. Credits on the back. Glossary of terms. I'm trying to figure out exactly how many pages are the rules. All right, so looks like about 25 pages of rules. Not too crazy for a game of this type, if I understand the type. It looks a little dungeon crawly. I don't know if that's entirely correct, but could be. So here's your characters that you play as. One thing about these games that get me to want to buy expansions like crazy is when the characters you play as, they basically have more options as you get into other sets. Monsters too, but especially like the characters you play as. I like to try different characters. So it's so tempting to just try to start collecting these, but I really have to play this game first, otherwise I'm gonna feel silly. So the rules look fine, and not extremely thick with text, but a good amount. There's our CMON, or CMON, whatever they want to call themselves. Ad type thing. All right. So we got hordes of tokens. We have blood drops, which I'm going to assume are health. There's some kind of skull thing, some symbol. There's various people here. And if you're a fan of the game, you probably know all the characters and monsters, but I'm just not. It's been so long since I played, and I didn't get that far into it. So here's some of the rooms. They look really cool, don't they? Just tons of detail on them. I really like that. I am curious, to be honest, if some of these really do match with the game, like if they represent something that's actually in the game, or if they're just kind of their own thing. But they look really gorgeous. Oh, are these double-sided? Oh, no, not really. Okay. That's good. Okay. Some almost like streets sort of that you could be on. Lots and lots of tiles, which is great. And, okay. This is some kind of I'm guessing, this has your bad guys here. It looks like chapter you're on, probably the deck for that, and then some upgrades. I don't know exactly how this works out, but I like to try to figure out these things. Okay. Free digital content. I wonder what that is. Okay, gosh. I'm going to try to just dump this out this way, because I'm not having to like getting my fingers in there. Okay. Wowie. I did create a little bit of a problem for myself, because there are places for all these cards, but I went ahead and just dumped out stuff. So we'll see. Let's get these in here for now. We'll look at some of the stuff later. All right. So, note to you guys, don't just turn it over and dump everything out that way. Probably not the best way to do it. All right, what are these? Oh, okay, these are player boards. They look the same. I imagine it doesn't matter which one you are based on your character, but they do have a different color at the top there. But other than that, pretty much the same as each other. I think I'm gonna do the miniatures last. That's what I usually do. Okay. So let me zoom in a little bit. So you have Ludwig's Holy Blade, Hunter Axe, Threaded Cane, Saw Cleaver. Okay. So these all seem like weapon types. All right. I'm not going to look at all the cards, because I think, especially, I think the bigger decks are like campaign related, it looks like, so I don't want to get into that and spoil anything, but let's look at a few of them just to get an idea. So I'll zoom in even further. These ones, only some of them, have monsters here. So we have the Cleric Beast, Father Gascarigne. I'm probably really saying that wrong. That same guy transformed. I'm not going to try to say it again. Blood-Starved Beast. Vicar Amelia. She's not looking great, I gotta say. She's got some problems. All right, then we have weapons. Hunter Pistol, Evelyn, Hunter Pistol, Cannon, Hunter Blunderbuss, Evelyn, Flame Sprayer, Cannon, Ludwig's Rifle, Rosmarinus, and Repeating Pistol. All right, cool stuff. Okay. Okay, let's get into these. These also have player aids on the back here, so always useful. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think all the combat is done with cards, because unless it's in with the miniatures, there are no dice that I'm seeing in this game. So it's all been cards, and I think that's how it plays out, which is definitely interesting. Hopefully that'll be fun. Sometimes I really like dice. I kind of like that sort of random element in certain kinds of games. But, it kind of makes sense for a game based on Bloodborne, because there your attacks have to be very precision, You have to make sure you're doing what you need to when you need to. You can't just be like wailing away at the buttons. And so in a way, having full control over what you're doing and when, that seems very appropriate. So the Bloody Crow of Canehurst, Old Hunter Henrik, Iosefka, Eileen the Crow, Jura's Alley, Alfred, Hunter of Vile Bloods, Old Hunter Jura, Church Giant, Female Beast Patient, Male Beast Patient, they look not too great anymore, Church Servant, Scourge Beast, at least some of these are enemies. I don't know if they all were or not, but Huntsman's Minion, Hunter Mob, and then you got your player aids. Okay, great. I'm not sure where those are going to fit in. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all the items, I don't think. And a lot of these I think are going to be pretty text-heavy cards anyway. So let me put this aside. And then we'll get into the miniatures, because I'm very curious. I have a feeling they're going to be great, because CMON tends to make great miniatures. I'm going to zoom this out just for a bit, and then I'll be zooming back in to look at the miniatures better. I'm going to actually make space so I can move this box to the side. That way we can kind of look at the minis a little better. If I want to have something in the background, it makes it a little hard to focus. Also, I'm trying out a new lavalier mic, which has had some quirks. One thing I noticed is that it sometimes has a little crackly noise, so I apologize if that happens. Hopefully it's not too frequent. I've done it or used it in just like one other video that I've gone back and edited, and it would just be an occasional thing. It wasn't constant. If it was constant, I wouldn't try to use this anymore. Okay, there's some big miniatures. As you can see, the ones up here, these are your characters, and then you get down here and some of them are gigantic. So let me move this to the side, and we're going to look at some of these guys. So again, I'm not going to know what all these creatures are called. So if you're a big Bloodborne fan, you're going to have that advantage on me. I just don't know. Okay, but really cool, highly detailed, as you'd expect from CMON. I'm pretty sure they did change it to CMON, even though everyone's been saying CMON forever, but I'm just used to saying CMON, so I'm gonna keep saying it. They're gonna have to deal with that. It's a pretty big guy. As appropriate for this game, all these guys are pretty creepy looking, to be honest. Love it, okay. And then this particular tray also has some of our heroes. Okay, so this video has been plagued by various interruptions. I just had to go deal with a spider. So if there's a weird jump or anything like that, that's probably why. Anyway, let's get to the characters here. She looks really cool. I really like the whole like warrior nun kind of concept. Okay, here's another one. If you hear any dog-like noises in the background, that's because it's my dog in the background. She's in the room now. She's running, and she'll find anything that makes noise and start making noise with it. She's very talented. In case I wasn't able to edit out, if you heard any weird sort of snorting, hacking noise, that was her too, because she's apparently breathing something that she's not happy with. So, anyway, all the characters look really cool though. All right, then we have these little things that you've probably seen before, clip onto the bases so you can, I guess, more easily tell whose character is whose. All right, let's move on to the tray with some of the bigger guys in there. All right, so there's these guys with the big crazy hats. These look kind of familiar to me. I wonder if I fought those when I wasn't, I don't know. Are these early game or are they late game people? I'm not sure. There's these kind of werewolfy looking dudes. Creepy, creepy, creepy. All right, let's see. Got these guys. Big old brick in their hand. It's pretty menacing. Got these stands of like angry mob people. Those are really neat. Okay, let's see. Ooh. I don't think I got to the point where I was fighting this thing. They're just, the monsters are so like weird and just kind of off-putting, you know, which I mean is, I think, part of what is so cool about that game, but holy smokes, man. Okay. Look at that thing. These are, I mean, they're fantastic minis. And actually, I think they'd be, a lot of them are very easy to paint because they have all this like fabric hanging off them. So you could kind of just do like a color and then like a wash, or use like the contrast paints or one of those similar type of ones. Might work out just fine. All right, there's these super big dudes. This is such a hefty honking miniature, but let's get to the very biggest one in the box. This guy. Ooh, boy. Just grotesque and cool. I love it. All right. Well, believe it or not, other than, you know, I didn't want to look at every single card in the box because that's crazy. We did it. We got through the unboxing of Bloodborne, the board game. I'm super excited to check this one out. I think it's going to be a blast. But let me know if you played it. I'd love to hear a little bit about it, or if you are inspired to go check this out now that you've seen the unboxing. I, of course, really love to hear that too. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe. Click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. Otherwise, look forward to see you all around the table again at All Games New and Old. Bye. If you enjoyed that video, you might also like this one.
Or this one.
If you like any of our videos, what you should do is click this little button to subscribe so you'll know about the next time we put out a video.
We'll see you around the table.
Bye.
Bye.